In the last episode of Sports Corner, we looked into the impact of Jiu-Jitsu in the world of mixed martial arts and also learned about its effectiveness as a self-defense art. Today, we take an insight into how the sport has broken barriers ever since its rise in popularity, disregarding age, gender, and physical size. Over the years, mixed martial arts has become a household name and now features both male and female competitors, besides also housing older fighters who, by most industry standards, would generally be deemed over age. As explained by coach Isaiah Karmauplang, technique plays a more important role than mere strength. It can be learned for fitness and self-defense. He says, although information is easily available on the internet and a lot of people rely on it to improve their fighting skills, he emphasizes that at the end of the day, proper coaching and sparring partners are necessary to improve.
Ka ni ka juk internet ka information fila ban yo sup nang no ru kumno ki jing hikai ki ba ki pho hajar tli ki jing hikai kumno ban fight MMA kila dan internet te kata kan ka shong kumno fi pendan kam namar kum hanga tanga pe mano la ban learn ya ka MMA kam de ka jonga kam de tang ka jong fi ka di jong baro MMA te kamdan restriction mano bala ban learn te gini ki techniques ke beki hikai ru fila ban yo na internet te lada fila ban pendan kam na banta ka jing bha na banta ka sport dan ne fila ban pendan kam na banta ka jing snew na banta ka jing mentoy ala di shimet la ne ban le ben ki wei kata ka shong haka hau brio shimet hi te ngapan nga khen be ba nga ya la di nga train be barabor bale ba lada jai e yang ngala ban yada yala de bat ya ki family jonga ru kan te ka kham mentoy lada fi train ya gane ban ya ba nai train namar ka jing mentoy mdei tang ba fi yada ya la de shimet ba fi la ban yada an re ka dan jing mentoy ya ka koi ka khia bat kham tam e ya ka discipline jong fi kiar no ne ki basnio tang ba nga nge hi ba manu ba train ha kani ka sport namar ka di ka sport ka ba e ba fi don kam e don kong e ka build ya ka discipline jong phi te lada ka build ya ka discipline jong phi ka build ya ka confidence jong phi ka build na dong shadong mentally but physically ya phi nganget ba kan build ya phi ru positively dalong kat balong ha jing im jong phi mat wan nang no ru kam le andre ka outcome ka long positive na banta jong phi lada phi train ya ka art.
Well, those were some very valuable words from Coach Isaiah, and we really hope that our viewers have gotten a better understanding of mixed martial arts and also about his dojo, Happy Red Rooster, which has been very successful over the last few years. They have been one of the first full-fledged dojos to be set up here in the state, and also one of the first academies that has organized a full-fledged competition with a large crowd turnout. So thank you for your time, Coach Isaiah. We really look forward to the demonstrations that you and your team will be showing us today.
Oh, thank you, Dino. We'll see you on the mats. Yeah. Bunsi na bangi crunch pangka MMA ni juya crunch pangki fighters tangba haka MMA pat manu la ban train ki bawan ban train na banta fitness na banta self defense. Tu nama ta self defense manu ru fila ban le namar ba film dan kam ban ong ba fi dan kam kata met ka ba heksa ane fi step fi klan fi judan kam tang ka technique kam tam nam ta self defense and kam tam nam ta ki kanthei akani ka juk man tai le ka ba ka bon ma ka jingma nam ta ki kanthei ta ka long ka ba don kam ha ba kin train ya la dia kumno ban ya la yada ya la dia at least bikinum sakut hakano ka cap kan te kawai ka demonstration kan peni kampam naman ta kan thei namar kani film dan kam ban sei bor khan dia tru telada don manu bomut ban shim kabu ha kalyang jut kan thei ke te bunsim lada fila don hamadan kadi bu kham khlan tu ba mut ban pen man saw ya phi te lada fidan hamadan kam man toy shu ba phanya sho ani phanya halla teng teng namar bunsim ki basniu ki rusniu hi kan thap ha jaka ba kham kanja kinum le ki jaka ki ba bun pai ba te ra jaka ba kanja ru fen halam don ba yos mo shu ya phi te lada phi nang ban yata ya la di ki kapto kan ni tli ki techniques ki bang pani kawi ka dei ba phi la ban ong yo tu ba mut ban pen saw ya phi ban le ya phi la ban ong wali sho ya nga wali pen saw ya nga ri phi la ban le kat ba phi mon tang ba wali pen man saw ya nga te phi la ban khat yo man tan no hang ni te la da poi ha ni ka position bun sin kalong ka ba ni small ni long helpless handrei phila ban pan kalai ka ni ka position ha ka position bandan advantage chapi phila ban dan ang me ke te phila ban chu shim ya ni ka khti phiong phila ban bu ang ne nowhere no problem hey fishura tang ka ja fi jro si sien ba phila ra ya ka ja jong fi jro phila ban turn ka angle khan dia and lock ya la di hadon la yo ka choke alright ini bas long simple way technique tingin chu pani biang sa sisian ka technique ka long simple ha henry aba pi pendan kam ya kani ka sport pat ka breakdown ka la long la ki jong ki nuances henry nabanta self defense nabanta bom te bi tang lightly ki steps hang ni kawai dei wali pendan saw yang a pila ban chim ya khti bu no support kam nei lei wanra ka kaja chajro once fila le kam tu fila ban shim ya ni ka kaja niat sakat ka angle khim dia and fila ban chok te kai ka bang amut ban ni ya fi kani ka triangle chok ka ki chu pe ka gap ni te perkhan mantai ya kani ka gap ban chok udan atri yang ni bata kani ka shoulder fi chok tu atri joki ka mechanics jong kani ka dei lara phi batang hapo san ru second ru la ban yo thia no brio mo te kani kalong ka ba kong san bha lara phi train ya kani phi dei ban long careful namar ba lara bat slam than ru kala ban poi saka jing so si la ban ja te hapo san ru second ki ban plat no haba phi train te sakawai pat kadi ka guillotine choke khaga ju lara pla dan hamadan pela dia te fila ban block fila ban bu rakti yang ni te lada bu pressure u fi fila ban chu wanra ka kti sau dong jo kadang tu atra ka kti dan ngasa chu alright achpri no na ka liang ru ka kti lada fi block an thai kam to i block tengah sha dan wan tu kani ka kti ngara sau dong ka rundang jong i ngawan rak kani ka kti nga connect apa ni hadir na show apply ka tu dapat slam ya ni lah ya yang mo te ka kini gidi ki self defense ki ba lada ki train ya ki hab train barabar ya ki kang ba penduk kan ma te ki kanda pe self defense kam de ra ta ba yong ban hab train di pho snam ru pila ban learn kini ki basics tang po ndia banai ru khnang ba ya la di phen long la pen khre ka ta ga ru ka kadang sagoi ga technique ru ba bun sim teng haba don ba halla ba kwa ban halla man pala ya la di haga panic teng kila ban kisi bun sim ka kani ga jing kisi ga dei ba panic ban halla ti bun sim ni nga aga ni position ti kai ba la ban le nang ni demonstrate tai ko chu ban mo kato ka technique la pani man tan ngin breakdown ya ka technique Coach Ruben, you break down the technique.
Okay. Again, from a purely self-defense perspective, from what is apparently a position of weakness, you can actually attack someone who's, because anyone, especially in a self-defense situation for women, if you are attacked, the guy attacking you is probably going to want to be here. And in his panic, if he chokes you with either one arm or with both arms. If he chokes you with both arms, a simple thing to do is you can try and overhook both the arms and trap the arms down. Now you can simply swing over and kick through, pinch your knees together, and here you can break his arm by simply raising your hips.
Okay. Someone is choking from the side, still the same thing.
You need to pinch your knees together.
Yeah.
And you would have noticed, even in the other demonstrations, whenever we get into a choke or a submission, we tap each other. That's a safety measure. If Coach Isaiah is choking me right now in that same triangle choke that he showed you earlier, for practice purposes, so he's got me in a triangle choke, and he begins to apply the choke. And then he releases the choke. If I don't do that and I just stay there, I will pass out. So that's just a safety tip. And hopefully people...
The same thing for
want to practice
choke.
this. Same thing for all, either chokes, joint locks, anything. If you know you are stuck, you tap out. Just to explain that bit.
Mata fila bani nang ni ba nabata self defense kitu ki moves baro ni pani fi kimdi ki ba stom bani kai kiti ki ba sok mahandre ka shudei tang ba penchua ai por namar manta fa na pe ka juk manta adon kam hi baro banyale yakini te kanda pe MMA for that matter ni shime to ka grappling aspect ba ki on ka jiu-jitsu to lang ba jiu-jitsu pila ban Pendat kam ya kah kata kam bahkan advantage api wat ladap hemdan ka bormet la wat ladap Hitler heksa kam lele namar ba kasang betanga technique.
And I'll just add the self-defense moves that we just showed just now. Obviously, those were the very basic forms. There are lots of details that we didn't enter into. But those were the basic forms, and they can help in a situation.
Abang ya sparring for jiu-jitsu. Kisi dan ki drills kapukan ni keba ngiling na kawai ka teknik sa kawai pa. Kanang ba kan flow ka teknik mo. Nanti sample dari gumni. Ndaya dari mga sparring banu ngaku aban bu yung opponent jonga aga guard jonga mo. Tingala aban attack ya khti jongi angni nganda attack ya khti jongi ngala ban dislocate ya ni ga terpeng te ladai posture ladai persang ban fight nang tu ngala ban sim ya ka omoplata ngala ban dislocate ya kan ni shoulder ndari ba i dangla ban power out nang ni di posture ngala ban sim ya ka triangle choke mo te lada ka stop nga ban complete ya kani ngarang don ni ka option ban sweep shaka armbar mo te nga up normally ban yo ya ka tap te lada nga eye pressure tap te nga ada itu to gitu gidi techniques bengila ban penderkam kidan ki hajar li techniques kini ki sudai tang ni way atli bengi penir nakabantaban penkir ya ka cardio jong phi kene ga drill ka bakile ni spani suki mantamo abaki sprawl bumne ki pendan kamban kethi hakane ga rukom bat ki persang ban sim ya ka take down kene baro ka ka drill ban penkir ya ka ban pentebet ya ka take down bat hakaju ka poru ban penkir ya ka cardio jong phi.
Darren, who is also one of Happy Red Roosters fighters and coach, says he joined the dojo with a lot of confidence and, in his own words, some ego too. However, it was after being brought down by another fighter smaller in size to him that he realized size without skills does not matter. Thereafter, he began training harder than ever to become a better fighter.
I love fighting and I love to compete, and I want to compete against the best in the world. My expectations of MMA is I want a lot of people to do it because it's very fun, and especially jiu-jitsu. You can go as hard as you can, and usually you can control the intensity and everything. But I guess, yeah.
So what was the challenge when you joined? Now talking about jiu-jitsu, what difficulties did you face training in that?
In this field of jiu-jitsu, I feel like I was drowning. I came in and I'm 5'9", and a 5-foot guy choked me out so bad I went home, I couldn't sleep whole night. I was like, how is this dude so strong? And his grips were so strong, but this, like, there were two 5 foot guys. They were so strong. I was like, I need to know this. He's so strong. I want to do that to someone else.
Pendapit menta ka kidang yale some drilling na benta ka striking. Ka striking na benta ka MMA ka pair ngishim yaki elements na boxing, na karate, na taekwondo, ngishim na borok ki disciplines tangba hangni pat ngin hap adapt no na benta ka MMA namar MMA ka involve yaka takedown ru kumjo te ka stance jong ka punch ka kick kan compare no handian namar ba ni hap prepare ban yada na ka takedown ru. Kaya ka ba ile extra manta kadi ka front roll kani ka front roll ka don kambha ba khnang ngamar ba abap ki ale wrestling hila ban yada yala di ban like nyaki injuries jong ka rendang namar ladap ki ur fun kwa ra ba ka jingkhia jong ka met jong ki baro kan ha ka rendang jong ki ti don kam ban ur ha kani ga rukam ban ha nang ba ka weight jong ki ka jingkhia jong ka met kanum de ya ka rendang jong ki ngai.
Remy Karshandi, one of the trainers at HRR, admitted that as part of an unhealthy and inactive lifestyle, his breathing had begun slowing down to a point where he was worried. But after joining the dojo, quitting his vices and training in jiu-jitsu, his fitness levels climbed drastically. He is of the opinion that people of any age, gender and size can become a part of the MMA community. However, he adds that a lot of young people take up the sport as a trend but leave once they realize the kind of hard work that goes into training.
You understand, right? College life, parties, drive, so you tend to take things like, you just, whatever comes in, you take it in. Be it good or bad, you take it in. There's no consequences in your head or anything, you just do those things. But as I get older, sung thua kam net. Like, nganda kiu ulum tang bak, nganda kiu step bakatsan ru, I could feel my breathing along it. So this is not the right way. Then it was 2014. Like your brain hemorrhage. So luckily everything was fine, but when I came to the doctor, it's his lifestyle before. Even he was a chain smoker. When I say chain smoker, he's a chain smoker. When we were kids, I think so if he's tinakamang ilekot secret, we had so much para man kasing my dad ilaon ay aratili. So that's how he lived life while smoking a lot. But he quit smoking for 25 years, and then retirement, stress, and he's not checking his diet, gain weight, then he got the brain hemorrhage. So that shows like even that lifestyle what I'm living then at Gopur, if I keep on continuing, I won't live long. Maybe in 2017, 18, I will be 6 feet under. But luckily through what happened to my dad, I see that even if I stop now, I can't just, like I train and in between the years now when as I go further, I stop. That won't help me, I have to continue. So this has helped me a lot and has disciplined me, disciplined the way I think, everything.
these are bridges,
Yeah.
and along with the bridges, we will also be doing the shrimps.
So the point of this is elevating the hips. Fin dapat kira ki hips jam ki sengkai jam ki sa jrong. Ka jing don kamban fin dapat ang ni kinde ka bridge but hadin kani kin sale ka shrimp. Fin dapat ka jing mentor jang ni ka drill di baka pen klang ki sengkai jam ki ru. But kumjo ru kani ka drill ni pendon kam ha ka grappling. Biju pendon kam ha barabor. Kumjo ya ka shrimp ru fin dapat ya ki sengkai jam ki kadi ban displace ya ka kadi ban penki ya ka sengkai ha ta ru kom ban pendon kam ha ka grappling.
We do both the bridges and the shrimps because hip movement is the most important thing in, I guess, in all forms of combat. But on the ground, your entire mobility depends on your ability to move your hips. So in a drill, we try and displace our hips from its original position and move it out to the side. They straighten your legs, feet planted on the same spot, and it's your hips that move out. So this gives you mobility on the ground. Okay, this is a technical stand-up. Its importance is when you're actually fighting and you're down, your opponent is not going to just let you get up right away. So there's a particular way you want to stand up where you have optimum safety.
Pai lada I yang kum badai ban yang no klem ka technical stand up. Fila ban cha kan jat na dulu. Na pasang ban yang to pai. Ka to gala ban ja mi da fi pendon kam kan ya technical stand up ya dai la dia na ka jingma. Jong ni opponent jong ki. Pai lada fi pendon kam technical stand up hiyo ban pendon kam da ki kiti ban ya dai ya ki straight jong I lada imut ban bok ban pura la ne ban kanja. Karukom jangan dia technical stand up kadi ba pen persang ban penjengai ya ladi kat ba phila hakapor ka ba phiyeng namar pen chuyeng ba direct untuk pen kai ka bala banja kato ka jingma ba khrau ba phiyeng ba direct da pendot kam ba technical stand up pat iyo ban penjengai saya ladi ban yada ya ladi ka jo kapor.
Usually with a good gym, especially MMA and Jiu-Jitsu, a good MMA and Jiu-Jitsu gym, there's a filter. So by filter I mean if you get in there and you have ego, you'll be filtered out. Not by us, but your ego will be your ego will be smashed so bad that you wouldn't want to come anymore. Like for example, I got smashed by that 5-foot guy and he weighed way less than me, but I didn't get discouraged. I wanted to know more, so I went to him and like, teach me what you did to me, and then he taught me. Then, yeah.
So you're saying that those little characteristics or traits which you may have had in the past,
Yeah,
the negative
yeah.
traits slowly.
Yeah, I think I had an ego. I think everybody has an ego, but once you get beaten up a little bit, your ego is, you don't really want to have an ego anymore. You don't want to get beaten up anymore.
Pagani ka wrestler sit out ni ba lada don manu ba bu pressure hajrong jong phi kan. Kumno ba phin penlat ya ladi namar phin dan sa kan position kila ban kenjat ya phi nakle kila ban ni ya phi nakle kila ban don buon ki jing e kila ban ya saudong jong phi ban chok ya phi be ya to ga chok te ki buon ma ki jing ma lada phi sakut ha ga to ga position akti ha kajat jong phi te phi pendon kam da ga wrestler sit out ban light ya ladi te phin pe ya ga wrestler sit out ka technique bi control saya akti jong phi hadin I phai kala kan iyo kala ya phi ang to.
If you have failed in your takedown and someone has sprawled on you, or someone has simply dumped you to the ground in this manner, you cannot power out of it because his entire weight is on you. So what you do is, you lift one knee, making room. Now as you stick your head out, you shoot your other leg through as you control his elbow, and then you swing to the back. This is a much more efficient way to get out. So what happens is, from a completely defensive position, as Darren in the white t-shirt is, you can escape and convert it into a dominant position where you actually control his back and you can attack with a choke from there.
Everyone who comes here, they tend to, I don't know, it's kind of like a trend, a lifestyle, fashionable style, or they need to have it. Maybe it's a social media, they want to update, but they don't see the work behind. It's all consistency. You come one day and then you stop the whole week, then you come again one day. You're not going to improve in any way that way. You need consistency. You need to come. If you're not a fighter as well, if you want to go for fitness, you need to come. You need to be consistent. If not, you're not going to learn much. You're just going to end up where you started, how you started, you're going to end up that way.
So you're saying that a person should have clear mindset
Yeah.
before joining?
Yes,
and should
yes.
look long term.
Yeah, long term.
Have long term vision and not go by.
Yeah, because it's the best way you learn. If you don't want to fight, you learn self-defense. That's a must you need in this day-to-day life. Especially you can take. You don't come here. Look for like earlier, I think so. You've seen we saw some demonstration about triangle choke. Like for example, I'm not saying other martial art doesn't help self-defense.
Yes,
it
of
helps,
course, of course.
but the minute you reach the ground, what are you going to do then? Because if I'm the perpetrator, you're the woman. I don't care. I'm perwate film ko na. I'm bok met, I'm perpad met.
Because you have
Ben
that
I'll do it.
intention.
Unless I come on. Sick, mentally sick. I will do my thing and pendep ka kam jong. Tamba feel ka jiu-jitsu part, ikaya fi man long submissive. The long submissive part, I take you to areas where you want to go.
Okay, I get it.
Then you see, she's not fighting. Okay, fine.
So it looks
Now
like an
you're-
easy target. Yeah.
Easy target. Now you're being like, kapung kuma, so you're like all distracted. Take your hand somewhere, then he'll feel happy. And out there you can put him to sleep. Because we always suggest the women to put them to sleep. There are other self-defense techniques we can teach them, either with these closed t-shirts or without also. So, but again, we had a few, but again, jiu-jitsu out here in Shillong, they're still too skeptical. They find it, it doesn't work. But for us, we have seen it firsthand.
It's a powerful tool.
It is a powerful tool. It's meant for the smaller one, the skinny one. So that's why I mean the jiu-jitsu, it works for everyone. Like earlier coaches said, everyone. When I say everyone, be to an old fellow, be to a kid. For example, nga hikay kinara jo jong mo, like a joke man ta school. You get bullied. That's part of life. I get bullied. Suppose you're my father. I get bullied. I come call you. Now you're saving me. That is done. Now you're not teaching him to stand on the ground for you. But with these kids, like I teach them, I bully someone like this. I bully you, do nothing. The next day I keep on doing this. I keep on doing that. Then for the whole year I'll keep on bullying you.
Yeah, and then it goes on.
But if I teach them something to like, if that bully does you something, show them like, I react to that, then you'll feel pain. So once they get that pain, you understand that it's an information you have to bully. Okay, I'm no longer I need to stay away. Then he stops. So something like that with the kids as well, and even with the women, it helps me. So I find jiu-jitsu is like one of the best.
So it'll be really good for children, women, or
they
men
want to learn.
of all age
Fitness,
groups.
yeah, of all age.
That's really good. Well, Remy, we thank you for being
Thank you for
part of this
having me
program,
as
and also thank you for all the demonstrations. And we hope that you will be
It's an
able
honor
to
to-
really climb even further
Thank you,
than you
thank you.
already have in these last 4.5 to 5 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you do? Shake?